I'm going to show you a couple of little tweaks you can do to your makeup to make it more lifted. I'm going to use the same products on each side so you can see it's not about the product, it's about the placement, and I will list all the products below. Concealer. On the side I'm lifting, I'm going to pop the concealer just in this very inner corner, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit around here. Not too much. I haven't put a heavy base on anyway. The mistake that lots of people do make is they put concealer all the way along here because they think that's where they need to conceal. You don't need to conceal that much. This side is far too much concealer. We don't need that much, and what that's going to do is just sit in my lines. So it's going to look heavy and cakey. Well, it might look nice for about 10 minutes and then it starts to crack, you know what I mean? So I'm putting it here and I'm just going to make sure I get rid of that little bit of darkness that we can get here, a little bit through the brow bone just to lift that area, a little bit in there where we get a bit dark, and we only really get dark in this very corner of the eye here. And a little bit here, just in a slightly more sweeping motion. Next up, bronzer. A lot of people put their bronzer here to use as a contour. Now I don't want to contour my face and suck in my cheeks. I want the plumpness back. It doesn't look bad, it's just popping on the top of my cheeks will make me look healthier and plump my cheeks a little bit more. Let's do powder blush. My cheeks when I smile are naturally here, the apples of the cheeks. They've dropped. They didn't used to be that low. I'm going to position a little bit less forward and a little bit more here and work its way up. Now I don't hate this side, it's just this side looks more elevated. Okay, I'm going to go in with shadows. Now not everyone will wear a shadow all over their eyes, so I'm going to stick to a kind of liner shadow. When you're doing your liner, a lot of people will just do a line like that. Which isn't wrong, but what you could do is tilt your brush a little bit and come in at an angle. So you have a little bit of a wing in the corner. So it just lifts that eye up just a little bit. Subtle, but makes a difference. Now obviously not everyone has as much lid that can be seen as me, so if you don't, you can always go in on the underneath and pull upwards rather than on top, so it's still winging that eye out. So you're just going to go under the eye, dab, 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 and pull out that way. And that's going to create a lift there as well. I'm just running a little bit of powder through my brows because I think it's that little bit softer. I think a powder brow just makes your brows look slightly thicker, which creates a slightly younger look. And just this little lift to give it an extra helping hand. I'm then going to take a little bit of brow gel and just lift the brows again to show that there's hairs there. So we're adding texture to make the brows look more youthful. I actually think the lip liner can be quite aging, but I'm just going to take a colour that's just a little bit pinker than my natural colour, just to emphasise where the shape is. And then I'm just taking my finger and just softening that so it looks like that is my lip. A little bit of lip balm. That's just a couple of tweaks you can do to lift the face. This side isn't wrong, it's just not as lifted as this side, and it's just very, very slight and subtle.